John stood at the edge of the construction site, hardit in hand. 6 months ago, he'd been fired from his previous job for showing up late one too many times. The embarrassment still burned. "You're early," Paige said, appearing beside him with 2 steaming coffees. As the project manager, she had every reason to doubt him. His resume showed a pattern brilliant work, followed by spectacular flameouts. "Trying something different," John said, accepting the coffee gratefully. Paige studied him. "Look, I took a chance hiring you. My board thought I was crazy. You've got talent, but talent without discipline is just potential that dies on the vine." John nodded. He'd heard versions of this speech before, usually right before being let go. "But here's what I believe," Paige continued. "I believe people can change when they decide their future matters more than their comfort. So I'm asking, are you ready to be accountable? Not just to me, but to yourself?" The first weeks were brutal. John arrived at 6 a.m. sharp, leaving before dawn from his small apartment. When he made mistakes ordering the wrong materials, miscalculating load requirements, Paige didn't coddle him. "Fix it," she'd say, "and tell me what you learned." What surprised John was that Paige held herself to the same standard. When she miscommunicated with the electricians, causing a 2-day delay, she gathered the whole crew. "This was my error," she announced. "I wasn't clear in my instructions. I've contacted the team and will work extended hours this weekend, myself included, to get back on schedule. I'm sorry." John watched the crew's respect for her deepen. That's when he understood. Accountability wasn't about perfection. It was about ownership. 3 months in, John's alarm didn't go off. He woke at 6:45 a.m., his heart hammering. The old John would have called in sick, avoided the confrontation. Instead, he threw on his clothes and called Paige from his truck. "I overslept. I'm 30 minutes out. I'm sorry, and it won't happen again." When he arrived, Paige was waiting. "What's your plan to make sure it doesn't?" 2 alarms, different sides of the room. "And I'm writing down my commitment every day. I read it before bed. This job, this chance, that matters to me." Paige's expression softened. "Good. Now let's get to work." The breakthrough came during the foundation crisis. Underground springs had compromised the western corner. The city inspector wanted to condemn the whole site. Months of work gone. While others panicked, John spent 3 nights studying soil reports, drainage systems, and engineering solutions. He barely slept, surviving on coffee and determination. Finally, he approached Paige with a proposal. A specialized drainage system with reinforced pilings. It would require additional funding and 2 weeks of intense work. "Are you sure about this?" Paige asked, reviewing his meticulously detailed plans. "I've checked it 17 times, and I'll stake my reputation on it." Paige smiled. 6 months ago, would you have done this?" John shook his head. 6 months ago, I would have assumed someone else would figure it out, or I would have given up. But I'm learning that perseverance isn't just about showing up. It's about staying in the fight, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Paige presented John's solution to the board. They were skeptical, but she advocated fiercely. "I hired John because I saw something in him. He's proven me right, not by being perfect, but by being accountable, by working harder than anyone else to get better. If we don't take chances on people who are willing to do the work to change, what are we really building here?" The board approved the plan. The day the Morrison Community Center opened, 2 years later, a crowd of 300 gathered. John stood beside Paige as the mayor cut the ribbon. Children poured through the doors toward the gym, the art rooms, the computer lab. "We did it," Paige said. "You did it," John replied. "You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself." To be continued.